Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Build a Roman City Sancreporter. So, what have I done in this episode? It's going to be a bit of a short episode in terms of time-lapse, but actually there's been a lot of work going on in the background. So firstly, I think the most important thing is we've switched server hosts. We're actually on Nitrous Networks now. The IP address has changed. I'll update all the videos as soon as I can. It's actually DakrCraft.nitrous.it, which is pretty cool. There'll be a link in the description. And also we're on multiple servers. So what does that mean? Well, we've got like a server list like this. You can see that I'm on the medieval server. So you can literally just do /server medieval when you join. As long as you're on 1.7, you'll be able to like jump over there. If not, you know, you'll be on whatever else. There's a hub server, for example, and I'm in a completely different place. But it will remember your last place. So yeah, we've done quite a lot, or I've done quite a lot. The first thing is, and I wanted to show you this in the planning stages, I've started to do the roads a little bit more, and I've just led them up here, and you can see these white bits. This is where there's going to be bridges. I've also started to cut in another river, and this is a bit more of a planned river, and I wanted to show you this in the colour stages. Obviously it's not in the time-lapse part of it, but it is here. So we've got like the little bit where I've got like a stream coming down using the wool. Then I've got the actual river here in orange, so that's going to be the riverbed texture, whatever that texture is going to be. Got some rocks here, which is in a like grey, oh no, greyish colour, even grey wool. So I've mixed in some rocks there for the little cliffy bit. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. I think I've just done it in a very interesting way. I've started to smooth out the hills around it, and then what I've done here, this is where it starts to get bigger. This is all going to get smoothed out. So all of this part here, like this, was like this, you know. So it was unsmooth. So I've started to really go by hand. Unfortunately, is the only way to do it, by hand, and actually cut through that. I did want this rock up here, though. I thought that would be cool, so I'm going to have some like little cliffy bits here, but this side I'm going to really cut down a bit, so it's going to have an actual arch going down, and then it'll kind of go off on one a little bit on that side. So I've got, yeah, that rock. I think that's going to be quite cool. And that, of course, will go down all the way down there. It will widen. It's just at the minute it's very, very thin, and it'll go down into the ocean. So I kind of use that for a couple of different reasons. Rivers, of course, you need water on an island, and I've only got one stream so far. I know that it's just coming out of nowhere, but that's not that important really in Minecraft. Not really. So for example, this one that you can see there, you know, just springs out of that rock there. It doesn't really make any sense, but it looks cool, and you can see how it grows and everything like that. So I'm going to do something similar. But again, one stream just wouldn't be enough. It just wouldn't be enough. So I'm adding in another one, at least one more, and I might do another one on the other side of the cliffs. I'm not really too sure yet. We'll see. But this will be the bigger one. It allows me to split up a couple different places. We've got a road going up here, and I'll go into the mountains in a bit. It means we've got a section here for some sort of farmland or something like that. And it means we've got this little jump over across the bridge here to get to some more farmland or something like that over there. We can start to just section it off. The more sections that you do, obviously, the clearer you can kind of be without building yet. So I could do some very nice farmland on this bit. I don't know what I'll do yet, but yeah, quite cool. Let's go into the hills. I know that this might more about the city walls and stuff. We've actually got a very, very good city plan, which I'll go over in a second. But I might as well show you this. So I've started to smooth out these paths. Of course, this takes ages, and I do spend a long, long time getting these paths to work really well. But this kind of takes you through the mountains. Imagine if there's a couple trees as well. I think it'd be really cool. There we go. So jump up here. See the fort over on that side. There we go. Let's just jump up and make it easier. So that's just going to wrap around here. This obviously needs to have some like work, doesn't it? We need some work doing. I guess that'll go all the way up here. We then got a two split off paths. One of the paths goes up into the mountains part here. So we can have a couple things around there. Ignore those colours. I'll explain why there's some colours there in a bit. And then that wraps around up here. There's a little path that goes onto that side. So we'll have something on this hill. And then over here is where we're planning on having the Ludus, which is the gladiator training grounds, will be up here. So I've already got the paths in, but I haven't done the smoothing of the paths. I think I'm going to do that as I expand. So I've done the like rough idea for it, and it's like a kind of dirty road. It's not a very clean road. It's more of a less travelled road. Now that goes over, of course, this part here. That then wraps down. I love this part. Really like this, because it's really cool. So this then wraps down here, all the way around there, and then goes down here. And that's the back gate over there. This will then go down into here, and I'm thinking of having some sort of hermit, or not really a hermit actually, I'm going to have some person in there, I don't know. We'll see what happens with that bit. And then that path can then go up to that part here that goes up to here. I'm saying here a lot, why am I saying here a lot, I don't know. Okay. What they can do from this point is actually attack down. So that's quite good. Yeah, and I've tried to make it so that from this makes sense then. And you can kind of see the road there. You can see the path all really, really clear now, going all the way up to there. And that would be just so easy to shoot down, wouldn't it? Imagine just throwing arrows and throwing sticks or rocks or whatever down into that would be just super easy. I'm not going to have a path going down into this point, obviously. And that'd be quite cool. And very simple. But there we go. That's that, like, pathing part of it. We have a mine as well. I'm actually going to grab a torch for this, and a full torch, I think. Not a... Yeah, we'll grab a full torch. That's it, yeah. So I've got a mine. I've started on it. Couldn't really time-lapse this. I've tried to do it a little bit very, very sandstone-y. Usually with mines you see them very, very rocky, especially in Conquest. I've done it in the sandstone mix, but mixed in a bit more rock, like stone, as well. And the floor is more gravelly, definitely. So I've tried to make that. At the minute it's very, very rough. I need to go through it by hand and edit it like these blocks here. But what I have done that's very, very cool, or I think is very, very cool. See these colours now. There you go. Because I'm doing different layers and the inside I've started to mask it. This is very Skyrim inspired. There we go. So you didn't notice that, did you? Ah. Yeah. But you now notice the colour, probably. There you go. So I've got... Yeah, like in Skyrim when you go into those caves and you look up and then there's like the hole and you always wonder if there's actually a real one. And there isn't, because Skyrim lies to you. But in this one, I've actually got some. So I've got one there. I've got one over there. See, you can kind of tell because of the bloody colours. I should have changed this. One over here. There you go, down here. And this goes down quite a bit. Into... This is an upper cave that I haven't even coloured yet. But I think it's interesting to show you guys at this halfway stage, because then you can see how I do it. So okay, this has all got its own colour, you know, and I'll just mask that and all that stuff. That's actually the same one as that one that goes up. The first one went down. And then this cave goes off really, really far, actually. It's really far, because I've got a cool idea for it. It's not in there. I've got a really cool idea for it. I don't know what you guys will think about it. I don't know if I won't be able to time-lapse it, but I'll definitely build with you guys on this. Just grab some of you on the server. Doing like a Hades type of thing. I know that obviously... Well, I think, is Hades Roman? No, Hades is definitely Greek, but I mean, did they also use the same one? I think they used the same god name as well for that. And then over here I've got a little cave. So there you go. Hidden in there. I'll make it on the side. So you can't actually see it from there. It's really cool. There's a little cave entrance. So this will be one that's not really used that much. I've tried to mask it over on this side. The way that I've tried to mask it is that you come around here and you can definitely see down that hole, and you also can see down this hole, so you might go, oh, it's not down there, I'll go down this way. You don't think about this point. That's the idea. And you don't really that much. But this keeps on going. So I was thinking about having like a Hades type of thing, an entrance to the underworld underneath the map. What do you guys think? Do you think that's a good idea, or do you think that's just stupid? Please do let me know. I was thinking about, you know, the river Styx where they have... If you ever watched the, you know, Disney movie Hercules, yeah, this is not cool anymore. Disney Hercules, and they have the river Styx, that kind of idea, where you get boated across by the Grim Reaper type person to the underworld. I was thinking about doing something like that down here, because these caves go on for ages. So they're going to be used for mines. They are going to be mines. Ignore these. Actually, I can fix this if I put up a thing. This is to do with the biomes up above, and I think I'm going to get a lot of these. Well, that's good. That was weird. Okay. That actually broke that, didn't it? Anyway. Yeah, so this will go down here. So it has mines and stuff like that. Definitely. Now this keeps on going. It goes really, really far, as you can see. It's actually huge. The mines, I might have gone a little bit overboard in the mines. But when we come out, it'll be quite cool. And it was an idea that I had in an earlier episode. I think. I might have said it. Hopefully I did. Which goes all the way through this. Good, and this is why it's going to take me ages. I think this is going to take me so long to actually complete. But when we do, what's going to happen? We are going to get to... I'm pretty sure it's soon. Yeah, you can see how long this is. This is why I'm thinking about adding in stuff like Hades, because it would add interest to the side if you go down another cave route. And this is only one cave route at the minute. I've only done the main one. So you imagine how busy this, and look at all the green and stuff, that was all the other stuff. This down here is going to be a waterlogged cave that then, when you come out of here, comes down to there. Look at that. So I'm trying to tie things up in an interesting way. That's what I was trying to get at. So I was thinking about having this as an underwater cave type of thing that's got water there and stuff like that. And I don't know what you guys think. I'm not going to go through it all the way there, but I will get onto that at some point. You can see the amazing beach. Thank you, by the way, guys, for telling me about the Mediterranean and not having any tides. I did not know that at all. That's crazy. At least I think it's crazy. But because mine does have a tide, because the nearest island is so far away, I'm not actually going to even fly there. It's so far away. My one would have tides. But Mediterranean places don't have tides. Or they do have tides, but very, very small ones from my research. Like, really nowhere near as big as like the ones that we get in the UK, especially where I live, Cornwall. That's quite big tides. So anyway, let's just do a little bit of flying again. So we've got the path done. We've got like a start of a mine type of thing, and I've done some, you know, spots where it's all showing up. Actually, we've even forgot about another one down around here. You know, there's those open areas. There, I think it is. Yep. You know, I was saying about these like Skyrim lights. You can't really see it in shaders, but this actually goes down into here. I like those. I really do. I can't even remember if without shaders. Yeah, without shaders, it kind of is a little bit. No, you can't tell at all. I want to make it so you can tell from this actually. So we will get onto that. Let's put shaders back on because it's nicer. Yeah, so I'm trying to make like more detail inside the cliffs and all that kind of stuff. I think it'll be interesting. Make mines, and people did say about a mine. I have started to vary this with Villa. I'm just doing it piece by piece because it can be quite boring when I'm not time-lapsing it. I don't have to do it. I think that's why. So I have started doing it. I think it's making it look a little bit more interesting and more detailed. So we'll get onto the rest of this here, and I'll do a little bit on there, and obviously the roof for that one and this one. So we'll get onto that. What we've also got then, okay, so we've got the river, we've done that, we've done the cliffs. We got the gates. Now the gates are huge, much bigger. They are essentially the same version of that one, but they're just huge. They're just massive in comparison. So yeah, they're very big gates. There's nothing more to say about that. Defensive wise, it's just very big defenses, big towers. These are 7x7 rather than 5x5. So the old ones were. They've got the cut cross on top to show wind direction for arrows and spears and stuff, anything like that. And the walls are really nice and detailed. I really like them. I will be doing a tutorial on these guys. Just give it a little bit of time because I've been quite busy at the minute with work. But I will be doing a tutorial on the same that I did with the last set for the fort. You know, the gatehouse, tower, and walls tutorial. I'll do it all in one so that you get like a standard type of thing. What I haven't done yet is the paths, and I'll kind of explain why I've done that. So yeah, I only showed you guys a little bit of the, I think it was just this part here that just connected across in one of the 45-degree towers. You can see that this took ages. This took about, probably per wall section, just doing like this wall section here, and going around. Probably around half an hour per wall section to put that into perspective. And I mean, honestly, and because it's all different, there's no copy and pasting. Every single wall piece is slightly different. It's got the same patterns, like this, you know, strip going across it. It's got the same, you know, top pieces, but all of them have different angles. All of them have different slopes as well for where you get the wood going up. Every single one is different. So we've got quite a few gatehouses, so I've actually put them in. Actually, I'm going to go from the front point so you get an idea of this. Otherwise it won't really make any sense. So there we go. There's the gatehouse here. This goes around this corner. So we've got quite a few towers right here. Then over on this side we've got a gatehouse. There we go. Goes around again for a little bit. Then we've got another gatehouse. Then that goes up to here, and eventually that will go up to this point. I don't think I'm going to have a tower here. I think I'm going to have a lower tower of some kind, and then I'm just going to have a small wall that's really just a defensive one to stop people from jumping off the cliff, because nobody's going to attack from this point because there's really jagged rocks that you'd have to crash your boat into. It would just be stupid, really. So we've got that on that side. I've nearly finished that side. My god, it's taken days and hours, and that's why it's taken so long. And you'll notice there's writing in the ground. I will explain that in a bit. So then on this side, we've got this going around here. And there's more writing on the ground in a second. But there we go. Got another gatehouse that will tie in with the port. So there we go. Got that. This is the next wall section that I'm going to start. These are our 45-degree towers. They don't look great. They do not. They are not my best at all. So I don't know if I don't like them that much. But from a distance, like from this distance, when the wall is there, I reckon they'll look fine. Just close up, they look rubbish, or they just don't look right. They just don't look proportioned right. I don't think they do. But I think with the wall there, it'll be fine. If I redo them, I redo them. Simple as that. So then this wall section will go across here. I've just used orange wool just to tie them all together. There you go. You can see that I've plopped in the towers because I just did a schematic. It's another 45-degree one. See what I mean by it? From a distance, it looks fine. Seems to look fine. Then over here, we're going to have another gatehouse, and then that will wrap around, and then it'll go all the way around here. So this is why it's such a big project. When you start to realise that just the town walls or the city walls themselves of what it will contain is nuts. Anyway, around this area here, which is pretty far out, this is where we're going to have the slums. This is where we're going to have some really bad docks. We're going to have some pretty poor docks. But that's going to be our slums area, up in that bit. Now, if we go onto this hill, the idea being that the rich live on the hill, so that's where you're going to get your fancier stuff. This is the Temple Hill, or Temple Mount, or whatever we want to call it, because it overlooks the main part of the middle-class city, which will be down here. And there's quite a big area around that point. So the temple will be looking over that point. Of course, we are also going to need an arena, so I've got an area for that as well. It's going to be arena in the more richer section. You can see this big cliff here. Gonna have a lot of villas, especially on this high section here. I think we're gonna have the really expensive tied-in villas that you get, which are really cool. Over on this section, we're gonna have the forum. Now, I'm probably gonna move the forum to around about here, I reckon, because that's gonna be the better space. So we might even tie it into the mountain. So I might cut into the mountain and have the forum come out here on these sides. Then we can have some more houses and stuff on the side. I think that's gonna work better. But it will be where you can overlook from the temple grounds down into the forum, and you can like stare down going that way. That's the idea for that. We're going to have, there we go, the baths. So the public baths will be in this area type of thing here, around these hills. So that's what we're going to have in that point. It's a good public place because it's not too far away from these ones. We can probably have, you know, some they'll probably have private baths anyway, but, you know, the public ones will be in here for everyone to use. And then we've got over here the hippodrome. Now, what is a hippodrome? It's basically a racetrack, okay? And they basically look like, in terms of a shape, obviously this is a tiny version, but they'll look like that. They'll be like a long oval shape in terms of things, and then they'd gallop around and stuff. Here in like chariots and stuff, they would also have them as basically as arenas. They would use them the same and have gladiator fights as well, but mainly used for like chariot racing type things. So that's what we're going to have around there. That will move. This will not be there. It's going to be in this flat ground in front of here instead. So I'm going to have the hippodrome probably around this bit here. It'll be quite a big building. We've obviously got a hill up there, so that's going to be quite interesting. We're going to do some very interesting stuff with that. The roads I'm going to try to keep pretty straight, but are probably going to be at angles. So the roads I'm going to do after I've got the hippodrome in, as soon as I get that in, I'm going to put the roads in and try and make some pretty straight roads where it just connects in. There'll be a central road going from this one here, and almost like untouched will go around the baths and things, and it'll just go all the way up the hill. So that'll be quite cool, because that'll go all the way up into here, and then this is going to have to wind. So it's not going to be able to be straight here. Probably going to have to make the road go around this instead. Almost have it wrapped around there or something. I will figure out something. Or just edit it and make really big stairs or something like that. You know, we'll figure something out as we go along. Tell me what you think about the plan anyway, guys. I think the next build will be the hippodrome, because I kind of fancy doing a big project by itself, which is contained within itself, and then I think after that I want to do some housing and stuff like that. Oh, forgot about this. The docks. Yep, the docks are over on this, or the port, even, yep. Port or docks. This was going to be the wall. The wall's going to be way bigger than that. It's going to be from like over here or something. It's going to come all the way out here. When I actually put it in, I then looked on the Dyn map. It doesn't fit. Like size-wise, after I did these walls as well, it makes it look small. It's a port area. This is tiny, so That's why I've only done it in this, and that's why I wanted to do the town walls first, or at least get the rough idea of the town walls first. So yeah, I think we're going to be working on this area. I will continue, though, off camera to keep on connecting up the walls, because it's very, very boring, and you guys don't need to see that. So that's pretty much it for me, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, comment, like, subscribe. I'll see you guys on the next one.